see how you will be record purchase entry of hospitals. In hospitals there is purchase so many things like medicines, surgical equipment. So how you will be record that purchase entry in Telegram, so I'm going to tell you in this video. So from gateway of Tele, you need to press V, select purchase voucher, change the date and supplier's invoice number. If supplier's ledger is not created, by pressing Ctrl C, you can create your new supplier's ledger from here as I'm showing you on the screen. So let's suppose we are going to purchase from XYZ machine company. Here we are going to purchase machine, so our supplier's name is XYZ machine company and group will be selected sundry creditors. Maintain balances bill by bill, yes, and you have to fill your parties, your supplier's address and GST number. Fill all the information correctly and save this screen. Now you will see you have to select machine, whatever machine you are going to purchase. By pressing Ctrl C, we will create ledger of machines. I have prepared here some details so that you can understand a name of machine and their images. So this is a patient monitor which is monitor patients. So by pressing Ctrl C, we will copy this and we will paste over here. We will select group under fixed assets as because this is the fixed assets for hospital. So that's why we will create this ledger under group fixed assets. GST will be applicable. Set alter GST details, yes. And you have to fill HSN or SSC code of HSN code of this product. And nature of transaction, you have to select purchase taxable if you are purchasing from local. And nature of transaction, this is a capital good. In taxability, taxable, and 18% whatever tax rate for this item you have to fill. So I'm going to fill here 18% tax rate for this item and save this ledger. So we have created patient monitor ledger and here you have to mention purchase rate of this machine. So let's suppose we have purchased this machine at the rate of 1 lakh rupees and we will apply CGST and SGST as because we are purchasing from local and save this ledger. So this is how we have to purchase machines under fixed assets in Telegram. Let's go for second entry. Second machine is mammography unit. You would have seen this machine in hospital. So this is also fixed assets for hospitals as because all these are used in hospitals as a fixed assets. So copy this and in the same voucher we will purchase this purchase and by pressing Ctrl C, if the ledger not created of your supplier, so you can create. If ledger already created, so you can select your supplier's ledger. By pressing Ctrl C, we will create mammography unit machine under fixed assets. GST will be applied, HSN code of the product and nature of transaction. We are going to purchase from local, so that's why we will select purchase taxable, capital accounts and 18% tax rate would be applied and save this screen. Now you have to fill the rate of mammography unit machine. Let's suppose we have purchased this with 3 lakh rupees plus GST. So 3 lakh plus CGST as GST will be applied. By pressing Ctrl A, you can save this entry. Next entry, we are going to purchase next machine is mobile X-ray unit. So this machine you would also have seen in hospitals. So this is again also fixed assets for hospitals. So again we are going to purchase in same purchase voucher, supplier's invoice number, fill date and you have to select party account, your supplier's name, and by pressing Ctrl C you have to create this mobile X-ray machine unit. So I'm going to paste over here under fixed assets. GST will be applied. Set alter GST, yes. HSN code of this product and nature of transaction. We are going to purchase from local, so we will select purchase taxable, capital and then 18% tax rate will be applied over here as save this screen. And you have to fill here purchase rate of mobile X-ray unit. So let's suppose we have purchased this with 2 lakh rupees plus GST. So CGST and SGST will be applied, and this entry is done. We have purchased mobile X-ray unit by pressing Control C, Control A. You can save this entry. Next machine, we are going to purchase blood bank refrigerator. When you donate your blood, so doctors refrigerate your blood in blood bank refrigerator. So by pressing Control C, we will copy this stock item ledger, and then suppliers invoice number, date, and suppliers ledger you have to select. And by pressing Control C, we will create blood bank refrigerator ledger. Under as a fixed assets, GST will be applied. Set alter GST detail yes, and fill HSN code of the product and nature of transaction. If you are purchasing from local, so select purchase taxable. Capital goods and 18% tax rate will be applied, and save this screen. Now you have to put the rate of blood bank refrigerator. So let's suppose we have purchased this with 2 lakh or 3 lakhs, whatever rate would be there. You have to fill rate, and CGST as GST will be applied, and save this ledger. Next entry and next purchase we will make for ECG monitor ultrasound unit. So you would also, if you would have went to hospital, so definitely you would have seen, if you went for ultrasound, so you can see this machine. So again we are going to record this entry in purchase voucher by pressing Control C. If you have to create your suppliers ledger, new suppliers ledger, so by pressing Control C you can create your new suppliers ledger from there. And by pressing Control C we will create this machines ledger. Under fixed assets, GST will be applied. Set alter GST yes. HSN code of the product, nature of transaction. If you are purchasing from interstate, then apply not applicable. Otherwise you can select purchase taxable if you are purchasing from local. Capital goods and 18% tax rate will be applied, and you have to fill the purchase rate of this machine. So suppose we have purchased this machine with 1 lakh rupees plus GST, then CGST and SGST will be applied if you are purchasing from local. If you are purchasing from interstate, then IGST will be applied. Save this entry. Next ledger we will, and next entry we will done examination table. Definitely everybody would have seen this in the hospital. So same purchase voucher we will pass this entry, suppliers invoice number, date, and suppliers ledger. If ledger not created, by pressing Control C you can create ledger. By pressing Control C we will create this examination table ledger. Under fixed assets, GST will be applied. All these are a fixed assets for hospitals. That's why we are going to create all these machines and uh, items under as a fixed assets. Nature of transaction, purchase taxable, because we are going to purchase this from local. An examination table, you can feel here rate, in how much rate you are going to purchase this examination table. So let's suppose we are going to purchase in large quantity. So CGST SGST will be applied, and save this entry. So this is how you can purchase all those fixed assets of hospital in purchase voucher. Next purchase, we are going to change the date, and suppliers invoice number, put suppliers invoice number by pressing Control C. We are going to create here laptop company ledger, as because we are going to purchase laptops is also one of the fixed assets for your company. Under sundry creditors, and fill all the information of your suppliers like address, GST number, everything before saving the ledger. And by pressing Ctrl C, you have to create here laptop under fixed assets. Again, this is going to be fixed assets for your hospital. GST will be applied, and set alter GST yes. Nature of transaction, purchase taxable. Nature of goods, capital goods. and tax rate select and save this ledger. Let's suppose we have purchased laptop with 50,000, whatever rate is there. You can put CGST and SGST will be applied. So in hospitals, there is also purchase laptop for doctors, for accounts department, for staffs uses laptop. So this is also going to be fixed assets for your hospitals. So let me show you all this entry where will show in balance sheet. So click on go to option and open balance sheet from here, and you can see fixed assets. Click on this, so you can see all the entries is showing over here which we have done as a fixed assets. So this is going to be show in your balance sheet in asset side under fixed assets. All these entries showing. So there is a total 11,70,000 fixed assets. We have book entry as a fixed asset. So you can also book this entry if your hospital purchase fixed assets for hospital. I hope this video will help you out. If this video will help you out, so please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and please support me. If you will support me, so that I can make more and more videos related accounts. So please, it's humbly request to all of you, please support. This is my new channel, so I need you people help. So please support me, then I will make lots of video related accounts in different industries. Thank you and keep watching my videos. Open Telegram, and from here we will start recording entry. So from gateway of Tele, press V so that voucher can be open, and from the right hand side you have to select journal voucher. You can record this entry in journal voucher or in purchase voucher. So I'm going to show you purchase voucher, and select accounting invoice mode. By pressing F2 you can change the date in which date you have taken this service. In supplier's invoice number, put the supplier's invoice number, and by pressing Ctrl C, you can create your supplier's ledger if ledger is not created. So by pressing Ctrl C, I am going to create here supplier's ledger under sundry creditors, maintain balances bill by bill, yes, and fill the address of the suppliers and select state and fill GST number of the suppliers. So you have to fill all the details of your suppliers. Before saving this entry, make sure all the details are provided correctly. And don't forget to provide supplier's PAN number, otherwise 20% TDS will be deducted. So take your supplier's PAN number and save this ledger. As you have taken lift AMC charges, so by pressing Ctrl C, we need to create AMC charges. So how you will be create ledger, I'm going to show you by pressing Ctrl C. We will create AMC charges ledger. AMC charges group will be selected indirect expenses, as because lift AMC charges is going to be indirectly expenses for company, GST will be applicable, and fill SSC code of AMC charges. Nature of transaction, select not applicable. In taxability, select taxability, and tax rate 18% tax rate will be applied, and type of supply, select services, and by pressing Ctrl A you have to save this ledger. So you have to put the amount of AMC charges which is charged by suppliers. So let's suppose this is a 22,000 or 20,000 plus GST. So we have to apply CGST and SGST 99% of this AMC charges. In narration you can mark this is a AMC charges for lift, and for which financial year you can mention period for which to which period you are going to take AMC charges. By pressing Ctrl C you can save this ledger. So this is how you can book AMC charges of lift if you have taken for your company in Telegram. For recording entry we need some basics ledger. So let's get start creating some basics ledger. So from gateway of Tele, click on create option and then click on ledger option. So I have already created, so I will show you how you will be create. So I'm going to click on alter option and then ledger option. First of all, we are going to create our suppliers ledger. So I have created transporter company ledger under sundry creditors. Maintain balances bill by bill, mark yes, and fill the complete address of the party, of the suppliers, state, PIN number, and GST number. And by pressing Ctrl A, you can save this ledger. So don't forget to take PAN number of the party, otherwise 20% TDS will be deducted on provided service. So here I have fill PAN number of the party and then GST number of the party, and by pressing Ctrl A we can save the created ledger. Next ledger we will create freight and forwarding charges at the rate of 5% under indirect expenses, as because we are going to take a freight charges, transporter service, so this is going to be indirectly expenses for your business. GST will be applicable, and here you have to fill SSC code of the transport. By pressing F12 you can enable this option if this option will not show you. So you can enable this option. Nature of transaction, select not applicable if you have taken this service from interstate. If you have taken this service from local, so you can select purchase taxable. In taxability, select taxable, and 5% tax rate will be applied on this service. By pressing Ctrl A you can save this ledger. Next ledger we are going to create commission and brokerage expenses. As I told you, some person arranged transporter service for the company and they have taken commission and brokerage expenses, so we are going to pay them commission and brokerage expenses. So for that recording entry we need this ledger. Under indirect expenses we will create this ledger. Why? Because commission and brokerage when company pays, so this is ultimately indirectly expenses for the company. Next ledger we will create of tax on RCM under current assets. Why we are creating tax on RCM under group current assets? As because we are going to take transporter service from any of unregistered transporters, so we need to book RCM and pay to the government. So this is not our liability even if we had to pay to the government. So that's why this ledger will be created under group current assets. So let's start recording entry. Select purchase voucher and change the mode accounting invoice. Fill supplier's invoice number and select your party account name. So I have already created party account name. If your ledger not created, so by pressing Ctrl C you can create your party ledger. Here we will select freight and forwarding charges at the rate of 5%. So whatever amount is there you can put the amount. So I'm going to put amount 25,000, and 25,000 it's a freight and forwarding charges. So when transporter give you invoice, that invoice is only 25,000, they are not applying tax. So here we will apply input IGST at the rate of 5%. If you want to apply input IGST at the rate of 5%, now you can see that this tax is not calculating. Why? As because while creating ledger of freight and transporter we have selected reverse charge mechanism option. Yes, that's why tally is not calculating GST on this invoice. So this is how you can book your transporter service invoice in Tally. Now let's analyze GSTR2 reports. So click on go to option, and from here you have to open GSTR2 reports. By pressing Alt F2 you can change the date, and I will show you where that entry will show you in GSTR2A reports. So now you can see there is a this invoice is showing over here. So you can see there is showing ITC availed 1250. It means automatically this ITC is booked over here. And when you will scroll down you will see this entry will show in reverse charge mechanism column also. So scroll down and now you can see reverse charge mechanism 1250. When you will click on this, so you can see there is tally already booked takes amount, and the below you can see taxable value it's 25,000, liability ITC booked, there is nothing showing, And in balance liability there is showing 1250, means tally is showing you have to book your balance liability 1250. Here we need to increase our tax liability and pay to the government. So by pressing state adjustment entry, select first type of duty and taxes, GST option, and nature of adjustment, increase of tax liability, and additional details. So here you can select particular under reverse charge, and here you have to debit tax on RCM amount 1250. This is our tax amount. This is a 5% of 25,000. So here we are increasing our tax liability as because we have purchased from unregistered party. Tax rate is 5% and taxable value is 25,000. Input IGST at the rate of 5% will be credited, and in narration you can book this is a RCM book entry. So here we have book RCM. So in balance sheet, if you want to see, so click on balance sheet, and in current liabilities under duties and taxes, when you will click on this, so you can see here under input IGST at the rate of 5%, you can see 1250 amount is showing in credit side. It means we have already booked our RCM taxable value, and this is going to be paid to the government. So when we will pay to the government, and after that we can claim ITC after paying. By pressing Ctrl A, you can add voucher, and from the right hand side select payment voucher, as because we are going to pay the RCM to the government. So XYZ transporter company will be debited. First, I'm going to pay to the party 25,000 balance from our bank. So bank will be credited and party will be debited. After paying party, we are going to pay RCM to the government. So by pressing Control Alt A, you can add voucher, and here you have to select payment under reverse charge. Input IGST at the rate of 5% will be debited 1250. It was amount 1250 will be debited, and if you are paying through bank, so bank will be credited. In narration you can mark this is a RCM paid entry. So in narration you can mark in detail, and by pressing Ctrl A you can save the entry. So this is how now you can see there is not showing input IGST at the rate of 5%. Before it was showing, but as we have paid, so entry is removed. So this is how you can purchase from unregistered transporter party, and you can book RCM and pay to the government. So now you can see XYZ transporter company ledger has been nil. We have purchased with rupees 25,000 service, and we have paid with rupees 25,000. So ledger has been nil. After this, when your mediator who provide transporter service, they will also raise their commission invoice. So how you will be book their commission invoice in Telegram, I'm going to tell you in this video. So by pressing Ctrl A, you can add voucher and select journal voucher. So simply commission and brokerage expenses will be debited, whatever expenses, whatever commission expenses for them. So let's suppose that it is a 1000. By pressing Ctrl C, you can create your service provider, your mediator ledger under sundry creditors group, and Mukesh Yadav will be credited. So this is a mediator who provides transporter service to our company. So commission and brokerage expenses will be debited, and Mukesh Yadav ledger will be credited. In narration you can mark this is the commission and brokerage expenses against which invoice. You can also mention your party transporter party name and transporter amount, date, everything you can mention. So this is how we have booked commission and brokerage expenses in Teleprime, and after booking this we can pay by pressing Ctrl A. You can pay this entry to the commission provider. So now you can see I have paid through payment entry, Mukesh Yadav ledger will be credited with 1000 rupees. If you are going to pay in cash, so you can credit to cash. If you are going to pay through bank, so bank ledger will be credited. So